Welcome over to ChessWhiz TV, episode 436. Today we're going to play Horde Chess. Horde Chess. Can you believe it? Horde Chess. It's actually an episode on this variant. I mean, it's already a variant on this website. That's what I meant, the second one. What we're going to do today is play a variant called Horde Chess, where one side has a lot of pawns. I think 36, give or take 10, and the other side has a bunch of chess pieces, tries to capture all those pawns. So it should be fun. Let's go see what happens. Oh, look, a challenge from Game Genesis. It's a rated game, but what's interesting is he's never played rated Horde before. See this 1500 question mark? Quick lesson for, whoa, that's a lot of pawns. For people who have the question mark, or ever play people against people who have a question mark, or ever notice the question mark, or people who are also people, the question mark means you just haven't played enough games to really have a trustworthy rating. And so after you've played, say, 7 games, it goes away, but you have to lose some. I mean, I have trouble with that because, I just win. You know, you've seen the show. And then I always have the question mark because it's like, I don't know, is your rating 5,000? Is it 6,000? Is it 7,000? And it's just like 7,000. That's what the question mark is for. It's going like this: 7,000, 8,000. Oh, is it over 9,000? Over 9,000. And then I lose one, and then the question mark goes away. That's the way my life works. Yours is probably slightly different, like a series of losses and then one win. But anyway, that's the idea. So in Horde Chess, the goal is to capture all the pawns, especially these pawns. You know why? Because nothing can ever guard them. This is capitalism, my friends. We find the weak and we take advantage of them. Let's go get over there. It's hard to get there. So my theory is that I'll just trade my pieces for these pawns on this side of the board, and then boom, I'll break through. That'll be great. How you guys doing today? How are you doing? Let me know in the chat right over there or there, wherever the chat is for you. Oh, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna just try to get through this stuff so that I can, I'm gonna trade a piece. Generally speaking, I try to trade a piece for 2 pawns when I can. Although I did watch some really high level Horde recently. There was a Super Championship tournament where I got to see some players who were better than I was. It's very rare, of course. And what I saw was some guys doing some things differently than I do. Never again, of course, will I do that because then my feelings were hurt. But I guess I learned something. So the goal, though, is not to take this pawn. The goal is to take these pawns. So let's go do that. Wham! He should not take me, but he fell in my tarp. Let's go over here, and then we'll do like this. Here, 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 and then we'll be in the back rank. However, maybe I should save a move and just go like this. Maybe I'll do that. Take, don't take. Okay, just go right here. Indeed, move 1 of my plan is complete, and we have none other than Stubenfish in the chat right now. He's one of the best Horde players in his house right now, an amazing Horde player. And what he does is he makes really good moves. And there's a really good championship match on this YouTube channel. If you search for, I think you should search for Around the World Horde. Because you can't spell Stubenfish. There's no way you're going to do that. Should I take or should I just move here? Let me think for a moment. This is a very unusual activity for me. I'm just going to go here because I'm in a great hurry, which is a really wonderful hurry, to capture all of these. So I will skip this for now. Generally speaking, the more forward a pawn is, the more liberal it is, and it's going to vote for socialist policies. That's not what I meant. The more forward a pawn is, the more valuable it is, the more you should capture it. So if there's a pawn back here, it's like, well, that's great, a pawn, I'll take it. But if there's a pawn up here, you should take that pawn. There are exceptions, though, such as right now, when I'm going to take this pawn with my rook. It looks guarded, but it's an illusion. Don't worry. Let's see. Everything's going very well for me right over here. I have plenty of pieces to trade for pawns, should the need arise. I would normally take this, but I see he's got 1, 2, 3 moves before he can defend it, and then I could just take the thing. So not worried. Not worried. So what do we have over here? Take. Generally speaking, don't take the stuff. It's he's only going to come back at you. Oh, I could have had it for free, though. I should have taken it and then taken with my knight. I'm regretting my B. Ooh, never mind. This is even better. Instead of getting 1 forward pawn, I got his 2 forwardest pawns. I'm not counting his forwardest pawn, and that's pretty good for me. Okay, Mango Town Plaza in the chat. He says, I can assume that's a he because Mango Town is made up only of males. Just like this whole stream, actually. I did get a comment back in 1954. She was like, "I'm a woman and I'm watching," but it was a guy who was lying to me. So that was pretty much the whole story there. I'm gonna I'm gonna do a little bit over here because every time you take everything from a file, like for example, if I were to take this pawn and this pawn, that seriously hampers it permanently hampers his serious ability to ever threaten me in that area. Because if you notice, pawns don't really move diagonally very often, especially when I'm playing against them. So these are pretty much just gonna stay on this side of the board from now on. So that's pretty good for me. I don't have to worry about this area. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much winning. Should I go take some more pawns? Probably. There's plenty more to take. Let's bring the knight into the game. This is a very, very powerful bind here because I got two defenders here, and that's a lot. Two, that's a lot. I'm almost 2 years old, so that gives you an idea. Let's take some things for free here. I'm considering not going over here. I'm considering going this way instead. I love this show. This is my favorite chess show. That would make sense though, right? Hmm. This is such a good show. I'm gonna go here because it's threatening this pawn. So I'm like doing two things at once. That is amazing. I'm amazed by myself. How often does that happen? Pretty regularly, actually. Pretty often. Off and on. There is a chess variant called Berolina chess, which changes the rules of the pawn movement slightly. Ooh, ooh. let's keep it simple here. Let's not be too complex. I might destroy myself. So that instead of capturing as they do diagonally and moving forward, in Berolina chess, they do a barrel roll every move. There you go, like this. Every move. This is a normal pawn move in Berolina chess. I mean, I can't even say it without laughing. Probably because I can't say anything without laughing. And then they capture forward like a bulldozer. So if there's something in front of them, they're like, boom, and they bring out the blue. Boom, and then they've captured that. So that's pretty weird, and that's all I have to say about that. That's pretty weird. I think that would be fun to play with Horde, but this website can't handle that, and we don't have a shared board editor. So everyone send a message to Thibault and tell him we need a shared board editor. He already knows that, but the problem is we're not very important people compared to some of the people in his life. For example, his mother, very important compared to me. So, oh, I win. Cool beans. Instead of playing you again, James, in this game, I'm going to play you a rematch, which is totally different from playing again. I was going to go away and play someone else, but think about it. He had to commandeer so many pawns. He deserves a moment of normalcy for himself so that I just win with all these pawns. Also, I have to demonstrate that it wasn't an OP game because I had a queen on the board. He didn't. I just have to show that I can win with both sides. Usually I demonstrate the fairness by showing that I am losing on both sides, but hey. But hey. Okay, so if I go here, he goes here, and he's revealed an attack. And then he's attacking this way too. So that's bad. So let's just defend this way. And then let's win. Okay, what else is going on in the chat? Raluk Super C, also known as Crepuscular, played a 2300 in Atomic World Championships. That's cool. He lost 3-7. The commentator said he was playing above his rating. Cool story. I love losing while playing above my rating. That is the best way to improve. I went to a ping pong club. I went to a ping pong club last week, if you can believe it, because I'm a ping pong master. And I played against a guy who's rated 2100. Now, ping pong ratings are different than chess ratings, because in ping pong, if you're rated 2100, you're a super genius. And in chess, you're just an average guy. Probably because you can't play ping pong on the internet. I think that's pretty much why. Because if you could, you'd go online and there'd all be the super geniuses there and they'd all beat you. That would be life, right? But you have to play in person, which means you can only play people who are in the same room as you. You probably could have figured that out, but I felt like I needed to point it out. You can only play people. I want to capture this way, right? In the same room as you. And that means that most super people are not in the same room as you. And so you're like, you play normal people, which is way, way easier than playing super geniuses. But this time I got to play this 2100, and guess what he did? He beat me. Duh. He beat me badly. It's like when he served the ball, he throw it like 4 or 5 feet up in the air, which is like 1.5 meters. And then he waited till it came down, and then he hit it like this. and I didn't even get to see because he's like turned like this, right, and the ball just kind of teleports across and checkmates me. It was rough, but I'll tell you what I did. I started playing way better, because usually when I'm playing ping pong, I'm like, here comes the ball, wham, and I hit it. But when I did that, of course, I would just lose instantly because the ball that came back at me was moving near the speed of light. So I changed the way I played. I played more accurately, right? And I didn't notice that at first. First, I just noticed how he was getting all the points. But later on in the evening, after I was playing someone else, I was like, wait a minute. My serves are way more better and less badness because of that other guy who was beating me constantly. So I actually had a real life epiphany that what I believed all along was true, which is that in order to improve, you have to play better people. I strongly believe that if you only win, you won't improve very quickly, if at all. And you have to play people who are stronger than you in order to improve at anything, including doing the dishes, which is a very difficult skill. I try to avoid it. What's happening here? Let's see. I want to capture toward the center, I think. No, away from the center. Oh well. It doesn't matter too much. I got plenty of pawns. So I actually physically experienced the experience of physically experiencing the experience of improving by playing someone better in the same day. Usually improving happens slowly, so that was very interesting to me. Oh, I want to move here. Can't quite do it, Captain. Let's go here instead. This is going well, though, because his king is in the way. Follow Rafiki. Let's take that and then here. I still have plenty of pawns, 3 on each file. You don't want to run out of pawns on a file like I experienced last game. After that, you lose. So don't do that. Let's see if this will work better. Push this. Oh, I really want to advance this pawn because if his rook is facing me, it's a freezer on anything on the side. Side stuff is kind of weak because you can't capture over to the I file. You know, this is H, this is G. Over there on I, there's nothing over there. It doesn't defend you very well. So it's very hard to advance. Oh no, I'm losing one of my advanced pawns. That's disappointing. So I was taking that moment as an opportunity to advance, but now I feel kind of embarrassed. What do I take with, though? Probably this way. Now I've got 2 here, 2 here. Ooh, it's a good thing he didn't take this for free. That would have been deadly. I always depend on my opponent's blundering every now and then. Keeps my spirits up. Okay, let's advance all this stuff. All this garbage that's getting advanced right now. I think this would be fun. See if I can do it. This should be interesting. He should not trade his queen for this pawn, but maybe he will, because sometimes he does dumb stuff. It'll let his rook in here, but that would be pretty dumb. So let's see how this works. I'm going to push... Oh, I really want to push this, actually. So let's do it. Generally speaking, I do what I really want to do. I follow my animal instincts, and in that way, I find that I eat way too much. Okay, everything's advanced well here. Should I push this? It's only gonna get worse. Let's shock him down here. let's shock him with the new queen in this area of the board. I think I'd better take it easy. I think capturing that way would be okay. Defending that certainly is important. So he's gonna trade a rook here. There's nothing I can do about that. Oh, I can do nothing about it. Oh yeah, I didn't take your free rook, man. And that's making me smile, even though it's not very smart. Am I about to win though? Yeah, that's the spirit right there. I think I'm about to win. So I think I'll take your rook pretty soon. Oh, he got away. And I'll make a new queen. Should be good. This is pretty good setup here. I think I'm doing well. I think this is going well. With perfect play, white always wins, says a guy in the chat. Well, it must be true. A guy in the chat said it. This calls for drinking some of my own bodily fluid. That would be powerful too. Oh, he gave me a rook. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Game Genesis is falling apart. He's barely breathing. I think I should advance over here, though. That's what I should really do. Now that he's averted his gaze, it's time to bring the attention back to the fact that I'm winning. In the rhyme game, time, same, face. Face didn't really rhyme with anything, but I'm using my face right now, so I thought I'd throw that in there just for the spice, you know. Let's see what's happening. He's going to take me here, and then when I capture, when I push my start menu, and then he'll capture me here, and I'll just laugh with glee. I don't want that to happen. I can't prevent it. Okay. So now I have to keep it sharp. I win this. I win this. Look at these pawns. They are so awesome. He has no chance to overcome the overwhelming flood, the whelming flood, as they said 500 years ago. It's too bad that you're you in this chess game, but on the other hand, I'm me. That's pretty good. I don't want to lose any pawns. That would be terrible. Let's make sure I keep all my pawns. Looking good. How many queens should I make? I'm thinking 6 is enough. Yeah. All right, we're very good. We have 2 challengers, though. Thank you, Game Genesis, for letting me win both of the first 2 games. That gave me a boost to my ego, which is only as large of a continent as a continent right now. So, oh, stupid fish is here. Stupid fish. I have a hard time saying that because he's good. So let's play the other guy. Then I can't lose to Stubenfish. The general rule of thumb is if you don't play, you can't lose. But there's an importanter rule of thumb, which is Thumb's rule. No, that's not it. Let's beat Danny Beatty HD, Danny Baby, and then we'll go play Stubenfish. Because failure and losing, that's kind of bad, I would say. But not losing is even worse. Because we don't really learn from our victories. Like, what did we learn from winning those 2 games? Well, we learned that guy had never played Horde before. That's not going to be of much use to me. But what we needed to learn was how to play Horde better. I mean, that's why we play Horde, but I didn't learn that at all. And that's because I just was winning constantly. I think I'll take this. And then I'll put the pressure on with my knight. He might capture this way. That would be interesting. He's doing it. Well, that's very interesting. You've got me thinking now, which is good for the brain. Queen up, maybe. And then you push here. This is a real chin stroker. Let's try this. Put some extra pressure there. Okay, I'm happy with that move. Let's go right back where I came from, or so help me. I am not getting anything done, unless you count nothing as something. Hi, Chesspatzer Wales. It's nice to meet you. Ha ha! He messed up! Perfect! All you have to do is scratch your chin until your opponent makes a bad move, and you're good to go. You're golden, as they say in that place where they say that. I've now overloaded this pawn. That's a chess tactic where one piece has got 2 things to do. Have you ever had that happen to you before? You got 2 things to do? Probably. And all you do then is you just you make him do both those things, and he can only do one of them, and then you do the other, and whatever. I just took a pawn. Okay, so now he only has, what, 31 pawns left? I guess I'm not quite finished here. So the goal is to capture this. No, it's not going to work. The goal is to, maybe I haven't quite in a position to declare victory yet. Okay, new plan. I'm going to play a5. Feels weird to say a5 because when Horde first came out, the pawns were the black pawns. The pawns were black. Can you believe it? The pawns were black when it was first added to this website. And because I'm super old, I remember that. And let me tell you about that. A5 was over here. Duh. And so it wasn't over here. So I always have everything backwards in my head. That's just life. Everything's backwards in my head. Get used to it. Hey, hey, look, there's a pawn. Why did I move my king? I want to take this stuff. Look at that. I can get two things with one thing. What a deal. We actually rebalanced Horde. After some days, a quantity of days, it's a whole number actually, I think. Oh, look, I can get two things with one again. Is this great or what? Danny baby, giving them away. Baby. Let's see. Send your king out. Seems like a strat for me. Ooh, he's advancing. Let's just come back here. So where am I going to break through? The middle? That's kind of hard. The middle is hard. You heard it here. My plan, I have a plan. My plan is to move my horse because it can jump. Okay. Okay. That's the plan. I'm going to move it over here. Get it out of the way. There was a song I just mentioned. The Middle by Zed. Very good song. That's not what I was talking about though. This move. Here. Then here. And then here. And then here. And here. And here. And here. Okay, this is gonna get good. Okay. Okay. We're getting checked. Didn't expect that. Okay, guy in the chat, he says e5, e6, d5 is not considered very good for white. e5, e6, d5. Yeah, I didn't think so either. I mean, that just sounds terrible. Another guy says, but they made some mistakes and got into a position which looks similar to some of our games. I love games. What else does he say? Yeah, he says, yeah. The double G pawns with it undefending the E pawn, I've seen a lot. I'm not going to read all that junk. If you're watching on YouTube, you're just missing out. Oh, wells. But if you're watching live, you can see it over there and you can read it too. They're talking about strategy or weird stuff like that. I never worry about that kind of thing. I should save my knight. And then I've got a pretty good defense here. I'm pretty good. And then I'll like take this. I'll take this because this is important. This is important. If there's two things you can take, you should take the more advanced one. Like the pawn, this one's moved 2 spaces. So you should take it. This one's super advanced, so I'm going there. Oh, that's no problem. No problem at all. Because, I'm not even worried. Because this pawn is the last pawn on the D file. This is the D file right here. That's why it says D. It's lowercase, so it's hard to read. Getting confused with B all the time. But once I capture that, he doesn't have any. 1 minus 1 is 0, guys. And so I could pretty much win this game. I'm threatening this pawn. I'm threatening this pawn. I'm threatening this pawn. This D pawn is the last threat to my life. If I can eradicate it, I will have no threat to my life. Except old age, which I'm working on slowly. My choice is here. Because I'm going to take this, then this, then this, then this, and then I will have taken the D pawn. Here we go. I'm hurrying back. I think it's working. Hey, it's almost dead. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is very good. Hi, Wiz. This looks crazy. Thank you for that comment. That's exactly what I'm trying to do with my life. Crazy. Because it turns out everyone's going to forget I ever lived. So at least if I make videos of myself crazy on YouTube, then when that meteor hits the ocean and all servers are lost, never mind. The outcome will be similar to as if I had not done that. This seems kind of pointless now. Not that you mention it. Oh, I could have a problem. Because look at all these pawns are stalemated, right? If he can just lose the rest of his stuff, it's stalemate and it's a draw. I have to quick capture all this stuff, which I will do right now. I should take this one too. It's not very hard to win a position like this. All you have to do is get out of the way like this, and then they can all move one at a time, single file, or to quote Mary Poppins's employer's, let me get this straight. To quote Mary Poppins's employer's housekeeper, You may come in one at a time. Trust me, that's what she says. I win. I win. This is great. 3 in a row. Okay, what happens next? I'm going to play Stubenfish, which is the moment you've been waiting for. I want to remind you that if you like this game that you're about to see, you should definitely watch the episode that's called Around the World Show Match Horde Chess versus Stubenfish, because not only did I say some really great things in that episode, but I also played against Stubenfish. As you can see, he has hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of points in his rating, so it's pretty fun to watch that. I would rather have the pieces against Stubenfish because he has this thing where he takes all my pawns when I use the pawns. So it's better this way. Trust me. But he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So I don't know who you're rooting for right now, but I want to hear it in the chat. If you're watching live, tell me, who do you want to win this game? This guy, this faceless guy, or this guy who isn't faceless? Let's find out what's going to happen here. Looks like I got a free pawn, so I'm ahead by a pawn. Look, I'm winning by a pawn. Count it up. 1, 2, 3. I'm winning by a pawn. Just trust me. This is looking pretty good. Okay, so the plan is, I'm gonna make a plan right here. I'm gonna push here, and that's gonna be 2 attackers, and then I'll bring in 1 more attacker, which is gonna be my face, and then I'll win. Okay. The final step is to win. This was a very important move for him, by the way. Kind of puts the kibosh on the kibosh I was gonna put on him. It's the kibosh. It's pronounced kibosh, I think. Queen is going right here. It's going to take me 2 moves, but she's on the way. And then I'm going to push this pawn and capture that. Okay, here we go. Dr. Heillusion has a comment. That's a word. Isn't it a good thing that we don't name ourselves when we're born? We would all be named until we learn to talk. And then we'd be like, hey, why don't you just call me Dr. Heillusion from now on? Yeah, it's better than ChessWhiz. I mean, it sounds like you're peeing out chess pieces all day long. Yeah. So we can be thankful that our parents named us because they didn't use names like Mango Town Plaza, Stubenfish, and Dr. Heillusion. None of those are great names. And those are just the top 3 that have been chatting right now in the chat. Of course, ChessWhiz, the worst of all. I didn't name myself ChessWhiz. Some guy who's like, hey, it looks like Cheese Whiz, named me that. And no one's ever noticed, of course, that it looks like Cheese Whiz. So fortunately, no one's ever mentioned to me in my whole life, oh, I thought that said Cheese Whiz. No one's ever said that, so everything's fine. But if that ever happened, I would be pretty annoyed. Let's see. Okay, I've executed my plan, so now I need a new plan. Let's see. Now I can take this pawn and then just take this. I need to. So let's see. So I move my knight here, and then I'll be attacking over here, and then I will be attacking over there, and then there will be an attack over there by me. Okay, so let's bring out this knight. Oh, let's stir up something over here first. I'm running out of time for making plans. Next, I need to make moves. That's the next step after plans. Is moves. So maybe I should do my queen back here. I know it's a long walk. But look, I've got 3 attackers here, right? Count them. 3. Boom, boom. And so that will prevent him from doing anything annoying in that area. And so then meanwhile, I can come over here and I can take this, trading a piece for 2 pawns. So what I find generally is that I like to trade a piece for 2 pawns, but then what I find out is Stubenfish lets me do it, and then I lose. So I'm not really sure of the value of trading a piece for 2 pawns. I think the area of the trade has to matter in your calculation. I'm not very good with matter, especially plasma, and so I have some trouble with that. But so because I've kind of done it in this area a bit, and now I'm going over to this area a bit, that's bad. Don't do what I'm doing. That's bad. It causes your hand to wave in circles. What you want to do is do everything in the same area until you win, and that's what I'm not quite doing. So he's kind of balancing out my sacrifices. Some over here, and then he wins with a lot of pawns. So that's what's going on right now. I find that since I can't beat the guy, at least I can explain how he's beating me. That makes the show worthwhile. Like, look at this move he made. Very intelligent move. Do not consider my current move as part of the plan. Let's see. Can I get in here? Oh, yes, I can trade another piece for 2 pawns. So now I've sacrificed in this area, and in this area. Okay, that's well spread. I need a new plan now. Okay. Let's see. It's going to involve thinking and running out of time. You see how he has 2 in each? He's pretty good. He's pretty good here. Two pawns on each file. Quite obnoxious. Okay, I can put 3 attackers right here. That's the plan. Then I'll be through his defenses. No, he's thwarted me with his plan thwarter. If only I had another couple hundred queens, I could do this. No, don't do that. Your time, your clock. Your beeswax. Nah. He's gaining an advantage. Each time he moves a thing, it gets closer to becoming a queen. It's actually a very important rule of thumb in Horde Chess is that the further a pawn advances, the more valuable it becomes. That's why you don't spend any more time than necessary capturing the back stuff, because the front stuff is what's more valuable. And right now I'm just totally losing this chess game. But I'm about ready to trade a bishop for 1 pawn because that's my compromise. Now I'm going to go in this area. Come on. Give it to me. Give me a breakthrough. Come on. Oh no. Hand waves in circles syndrome is contagious. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I'm about to break through. See how he's going really slowly now? He's like, oh, ChessWhiz, pretty smart guy. He's having to do some thinking. So let's see. I take this. He pushes here. I groan in agony. Man. Oh, no, I don't. Oh. Well, at least it's fun to watch me lose, right? Oh, it's not. Never mind. Wow, this is how you should play Horde Chess. Like this. Like my opponent is doing. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch the master. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm getting in. Oh, I'm dying too, but look. Look, guys, I'm getting in. I'm doing it. I might be too late, but I might not be too late. You never know. You never know, except when you look at the clock. Then you realize that, yes, you are too late. So, 4 passed pawns. Pretty deadly. So I need to consider very carefully which direction to go with my queen. Because it's here, and then is it like this? Or is it like this? See, they're both very ineffective, which isn't what you want. I think it's got to be this way. I think it's got to be like this. It's the only way to have any effectiveness at all. And unfortunately, I'm going to lose. This is actually just a win. I've memorized how to lose this. See, it's a very great skill I have. I was like, what happens here? Okay, so I move here and lose. Or if I go here, I lose. Perfect. Perfect. I've learned this endgame. Here is how you lose. You just move anywhere. It's great. Good game, Stupid Fish. I don't want to play you as the pawns. But I do know that's an important move because I saw you do it. Because you're just going to take on my pawns. Who wants to do that anyway? I guess you. Because you just challenged me. Okay, Stupid Fish. I'll show you what it's all about. It's not about winning, that's for sure, because that's not what I'm going to show you. It's about building a stronger bond with the other nearby primates. Oh no, I've lost a pawn already. No. As I've gained oldness. Ooh, good moves. My view on what's important has changed slightly, and more I'm thinking that when you get something, the valuable part of what you're getting is in the other person's brain, which sounds really weird. Yes, I'm in your brain, and that's so valuable, but it's true. It's true. I know that it sounds weird, but so do I. It's because my ears stick out. That's why I wear this. It hides that. Let's say, for example, like I've got a chess show right here, right? So let's say, hypothetically, that there's this chess board manufacturer. This is hypothetical. Keep in mind, hypothetical. They watch the show and they're like, whoa, ChessWhiz, he says words, people watch, this is something I want to sponsor. So they send me money and they're like, you have a great show, ChessWhiz. And they don't even say ChessWhiz. They're like, here comes money for you. And so, hold on, I got to figure out which move to make here. Okay, so they send me money and they're like, if you would just please mention our company very subtly, like at the beginning, just say everybody buy our stuff, something like that. Then we'll send you money. So they send me money, right? Okay. So that seems like, whoa, that's super valuable. My show has a sponsor. The valuable part of what just happened in that totally hypothetical situation is the fact that in their brain, they know that I was a reliable person. They sent me money and I did what they said. And whatever they think about me is the valuable thing. Another way to say that is the business relationship I've built with that hypothetical company that doesn't exist. That is more valuable than what they sent me, which is the money. Or um, I guess that's the only other thing that's going on. The videos I make, those are definitely useless, so we don't even have to mention those. This is quite the bind I'm in. Look at this, how this pawn can move like a knight. No, this, and this. Very interesting for him. So if I push right here, right now, I lose this. So let's go here, losing this pawn, and then here. And it's all going to come tumbling down. Should I prepare it all? Yeah, I need to do it right now before he found his bishop. Okay. Another way to label that is to call it the relationship, the business relationship, or the personal relationship. I think that the most valuable thing you get is the relationship. I worked at a company when I was in college, and as an intern, and what they said at the company was that the most valuable thing you're going to get out of your internship is networking. And I'm like, networking? I'm just going to plug things into like Ethernet cords? I don't know what you're talking about. Networking, because that's where you build relationships. And it turns out they were right. I didn't do any networking because I'm a total nerdy introvert. And so I got nothing out of the internship. So that turned out to be correct. And he's coming and he's taking all my things. Okay, don't take my things. I'll push. No, don't take my things. No. But that's just another way to say when you get to know somebody, that's more valuable than whatever you thought you were getting by getting something. That's what I think now that I'm old and full of years. You probably don't think that yet because you're probably a lot younger than I am, generally speaking, because you'd have to be pretty naive to think this is a good use of your time watching this. That's how I could tell you're younger. So you don't know that yet, but you can get a jump start on life by learning that from me, which of course is very, 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 very unlikely that you'll learn anything from someone else. Because generally speaking, people learn at best by making their own mistakes, usually not even then. But let's say something goes really well and they make a mistake and they learn from it. Wow, that's very rare. Usually they make a mistake and they don't learn from it. And then they make that mistake again later in life and then they don't learn from that. And they continue to make the same mistakes and then they die. That's usually people's life story. Every now and then you can learn from your own mistakes. But very, very, very rarely you can learn from a guy on YouTube. That is very rare, by the way. But just in case that's going to happen, that's what I'm going to tell you is the relationship building is more important than whatever you're getting out of that. Same thing at your job. I mean, this sounds weird. Obviously, you don't go to your job to build relationships. I mean, you wouldn't do that. Can I win? That'd be nice. If I push this check, then I'll lose all my things. So let's try this one. If I push this check, take, I don't have enough afterward. If I push this check, I don't have enough. Well, I didn't analyze this one, so it's not definitely the worst. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see where this is going to go. Pretty good. Oh, maybe I'll win. That would be nice. Oh, cool move. Cool move. Cool. That's cool for you. Good D. Good defense. I'm going to have to let that one go. Good game, Stephen Fish. I enjoyed it. So that's the takeaway for the show. Think about where the value is in what you're doing. Think about how you can make use of the relationships because not just like take advantage of the fact that you know people, but if you work on building relationships, you're probably making better investments than if you work on getting better trades. And that's obviously what I try to do as a rational actor in this universe, is try to get the most for the least. But that's secondary, because if you know people really well, then they want to give you the most. And that's a weird fact of human nature. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of other people, and I'll see you next time. This has been ChessWhiz TV, and don't take advantage of people. They won't like you for that. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Just like be nice to them. And thanks for watching.